Every year, a lot of games get released, but sometimes there's an itch that only a certain game can scratch. For example, recently I was really in mood to play a shooter game, multiplayer shooter game, and I'm not a fan of battle royales, so I searched for the latest Call of Duty release, which was Black Ops 6, and I check its price on Steam. नेवर माइंड, वैसे भी उनके सर्वर्स तो थे नहीं इंडिया में, सो आई थॉट कोई सिंगल प्लेयर ही गेम खेल लेते हैं. लास्ट ईयर मेटाफोर रीफैंटासियो रिलीज्ड एंड इट्स अ रियली गुड गेम, लाइक एवरीवन वाज प्रेजिंग इट. सो उसका भी मैंने प्राइस चेक किया स्टीम पे. अरे यार, गेम्स इतने महंगे कब से होने लग गए. एंड नो आई एम नॉट गेटिंग अ गेम पास और प्ले स्टेशन सब्सक्रिप्शन. आई एम रियली ट्राइंग नॉट टू गेट इनटू अनदर सब्सक्रिप्शन सर्विस. और वैसे भी आई लाइक टू ओन माय गेम्स, and these are more of like a rental services. Yes, I know physical PC games are almost extinct, but my point still stands. Like consoles are still getting physical discs. Some of them. Video games. For a low price of a blood sacrifice, you can now play a remastered version of a 50-year-old game. In case it's not clear, I am pissed. I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but like, you know what I'm trying to say? Has the game companies forgot that third world countries actually exist? Listen, I love video games. I've played them my whole life. From the day I shat my very first diaper, I've been a gamer. But being a gamer in a third world country is not easy. I need to stop using the word gamer. It's kind of cringe. I said this in my previous video and I'll say it again. This is an expensive hobby. Or more like it's becoming one. I mean, it's nowhere close to buying a Gucci bag or something. But in recent years, with mobile phones that are as powerful as the original Space Shuttle, it has become a bit more accessible. However, the PC and console space are still really hard to get into unless you're really ready to dish out some Gandhis. थोड़े कम पड़ गए. I remember the day I got my first console. It was a DVD player actually that you can connect controllers and play the good old NES games like Super Mario, Contra, Adventure Island, Circus. Now that I think about it, I don't think I ever completed any of those games. Anyways, we didn't spend much money. It was one of those buy one disc, get 1,000 games kind of thing. But now, you buy one PlayStation game and you're on the verge of bankruptcy. बैंक से लेटर आया है. Dear Mr. Hansi, we regret to inform you that our application for a loan to purchase The Last of Us Part 1 remake remaster does not fall under our approved lending policies. Additionally, your account has officially entered a state of critical financial decline. Effective immediately, you are hereby declared bankrupt. Lamau. Back when I got my first PlayStation console, the PS2, I'd say the games were reasonably priced for its time, from what I can remember. A PS2 game would cost you around 1,000 max, or maybe 1,500 max. They would start from like 600, 700 rupees, from what I remember. If you think I'm wrong, then you might be right. Because I got a PS2 when PS3 released, so the console was pretty much done with its big releases. So when I bought the games, they were around that price. The PS3 games used to be around the ballpark of 2,500 rupees, a significant increase in price from the PS2 games, although I never actually owned a PS3. Then came the PS4, and holy moly, the games would cost a month's worth of groceries. And that's just the base game. If you were trying to get something like, I don't know, a collector's edition, then good fucking luck, because getting it for a fair price in India is almost impossible. This very same thing can be applied for PlayStation 5 as well. First party games would cost you around 5,000 rupees now, and some third party games going for even more than that. Now, things are very different depending on what platform you are playing and if you prefer a physical copy of the game or a digital. अगर तुम Xbox पे हो, then I'm sorry. Xbox presence in Indian market is like my addiction to Red Bull. It doesn't exist. ये monster है, Red Bull नहीं. Nintendo never got here officially, so that's not an option either. The only one left in console space is PlayStation. All the games that are developed in-house by Sony will be around 4 to 5,000 on the release. If you're someone who's patient, unlike me, you can get them for 30 to 40% discount easily within a year or two. Also, I don't know if people noticed, but games on console do cost more than PC. That's mainly because these console companies sell the console at a loss. So to make up for it, they charge you that absurd price for a single game. Let's talk about the main reason I'm making this video. Regional pricing. You love it, I love it. I think it's an important factor if we're going to buy that game or not. Let me give you an example. This year, RGG released Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I know, great name. A game I really wanted to play, but the price 4,000 for a PS5 disc and 4,800 rupees on Steam. Now, I don't mind paying 4,000 for PS5. I think that's a fair price for a game that easily keeps you engaged for 40 to 50 hours. But for Steam, nah. First, I'm getting the game digitally. There's no manufacturing cost for disc or transportation cost. Then why the fuck is it so expensive? Why is everything, even a digital game, is so expensive now? Yakuza games used to have regional pricing, and with the Steam sale every now and then, I was able to get into the series. And the second point, uh, there's no second point. The game will be on sale within a 6 months, so you can buy it then as well. Okay, fine. Maybe तुम लोगों ने Yakuza games के बारे में नहीं सुना होगा. Maybe you've heard of a small indie game called Elden Ring, developed by a small indie company called From Software. I know Elden Ring is one of the greatest games of all time, but Elden Ring was published by Bandai Namco. And you know what they did? They pumped up all the prices. Not just on Steam, but on PlayStation as well. Shadow of the Earth Tree on PlayStation was initially 2,500 rupees, and on the release day, they increased it to 3,300. Elden Ring on Steam on release was 2,600 rupees, and in Jan 2024, they increased it to 3,600. जब मैंने देखा कि they increase the price of the game, I was like कि मैं नहीं खरीदूंगा. This is completely wrong. You know, I am against it. फिर मैंने अपने दोस्तों को DLC खेलते हुए देखा और मैंने immediately खरीद लिया. If I'll buy the game or I'll wait for a 90% discount or I'll go full sale depends on what prices these game publishers decide. I'm saying publishers because From Software is a developer. They don't decide the price. Bandai Namco, the publisher, does. My Steam wishlist is filled with games that I really want to play, but I refuse to pay this much money for them. Like Rockstar Games finally released Red Dead Redemption on Steam. You know how much it is? I'm not paying that for a 15-year-old game. The latest entry of Doom the Dark Ages, is 6,000 rupees because Microsoft has stopped doing regional pricing. They are trying to push Game Pass as the new normal down our throats, but like I said earlier in the video, I like to own my games. I like to collect physical discs whenever possible. I won't say I'm a collector since I don't collect every single game, but only the ones that I really want to play. So as much as I would like to own the game physically, it's just not worth it. You know, I've said so much about that I won't pay full price for these games, you know, these absurd prices. After saying this, I went out and bought Animal Crossing for the full price. मेरे हाथ में क्रेडिट कार्ड का मतलब है बंदर के हाथ में बंदूक. Also, I'm not saying that games should be free or they should sell these games for pennies. Game development is an expensive process, and I am aware of that. I'm just saying that they should be worth the money, you know. Okay, as an example, I'll show you some games that I own, and I'll tell you how much they are worth. You know, like if they are worth the MRP that these publishers have put. Okay, just a second. I haven't played Animal Crossing, so I won't comment on it right now. So we'll wait for that. Pokemon Scarlet, it's not worth the full price. This is like full price 5,000 rupees, and the game was broken as fuck. Most of its assets are like reused. I think like from the looks of it, they are reused from the previous Arceus game, and it's just not worth the full price. Resident Evil, great game. Now I hate to put that argument कि since this is a short game, इसका प्राइस भी कम ही होना चाहिए. That's very stupid, है ना. उसका जो एफर्ट गया है इस गेम को क्रिएट करने में, that's very different कि number of hours you can get out of it, है ना. This game you can complete in maybe 10 hours if you try to speed run, but would I say that कि इसका जो प्राइस था 4,000 rupees that I paid कि वो कम या worth नहीं था? Absolutely not. This game was worth 4,000 rupees because the game is good, because the game is enjoyable. I paid 6,000 rupees for this game, and it's filled with battle passes and useless shit. Its campaign was very average. Like all recent Call of Duty games, and multiplayer is the only fun thing. But I don't think this is worth 6,000 rupees. And fun fact, the disc, इसका पूरा गेम डिस्क पे नहीं है. द डिस्क हैज लाइक 20 MBs ऑफ डेटा और समथिंग जिसमें एक लाइसेंस की है. तुमको पूरा गेम ऑनलाइन डाउनलोड करना है. So that's really stupid. Like इसको see इसमें लिख रहा है इंटरनेट रिक्वायर्ड. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. Like इसको क्या प्रिजर्व करोगे तुम? You can't preserve this game with a game. Like with a disc. This is not worth 6,000 rupees. I'll show you another great example. Yeah. Cyberpunk and Astrobot. I haven't played Astrobot. मेरे को भी खेलना है. Cyberpunk मैंने खरीदा था लॉन्च पे and it was around 3,500 rupees. I think it's worth that money. It's a good game. It's an enjoyable game. Again, I won't put that argument कि since like how much hours you can dish out of this game. वो बहुत ही stupid argument है. But this is a good game. This is an enjoyable game. This is not a fucking Call of Duty Warzone clone. Unlike Modern Warfare 2. Like अगर मेरे को कोई बोलेगा कि this is Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare, like this is a Warzone game, मैं कहेगा कि हाँ लगता तो है देख के. So this is not 6,000 rupees worth. This is worth its money. This is 3,500. Like what I remember the price जब मैंने खरीदा था. This is a good game even though it's short. This is not a good game, and this is not the 5,000 rupees that I paid. Just no. As I was writing the script for this video, I wouldn't call it script. Most of it is like improv kind of shit. Microsoft released a statement that they will be increasing prices of all their products, include console, controllers, games. That's great. I like that. No, I love it. है ना. हॉबी को रुइन क्यों नहीं कर देती कॉर्पोरेशन है ना. आई थिंक ये ही लास्ट रह गया था कि इसको बिल्कुल ही इनएक्सेसिबल कर दो लोगों के. गुड जॉब माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, ग्रेट वर्क. यार देखो मेरे को तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि एक्सबॉक्स 50,000 का हो या 1 लाख का. इंडिया में तो वैसे भी दे डोंट गिव अ शिट अबाउट अस. बट व्हाट विल हैपन नाउ इज दैट प्ले स्टेशन, I don't think Steam can do, but the publishers that put the game on Steam, they too will jump on this price increase train, and then nothing. Like old times, video games as a hobby will be inaccessible again. But this time, instead of not having a good PC or a console, it will be because of the corporate greed. I'm going to monologue now, and it's going to be a bad one, and maybe a cringe one. These companies tell us to enjoy their games, and PlayStation even has the tagline, play has no limits. But there is a limit to our wallet and no limit to their greed. They want us to sign up to their subscription services, and then they preach that cloud gaming is the future, and then they go and they skip the physical releases and make some games completely digital. But what when the servers go down? Nothing. These games will be inaccessible. But what will they do is that they'll release that same shit again as a remaster, and you can't do anything about it. And the worst of it, they refuse to fairly price their products for people like us, people who are living in third world countries they can't afford a 5,000 rupees game. But you know what, I think I've had enough. It's about time that we stand up to these corporations and we actually get what we want, fairly priced video games. कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी वैनगार्ड 60% ऑफ. जो भी मैंने कहा सब कुछ भूल जाओ. बाय बाय.